and will always lend an ear. The Rural Doctors Association has been a dominant force in supporting these doctors so that they can better look after their patients, and is held in the highest regard in Canberra for its honest, forthright and respected opinion on rural healthcare. In recent years, we have lost something vitally important: the presence of multi-skilled general practitioners in remote areas, to the belief that bigger is better, that the city is where the best care happens, that good care needs a super specialist. This book tells the stories of the inspiring doctors who challenge these beliefs every day with their altruism, enthusiasm, and refreshing approach to the complexities of delivering quality and expert care in resource-poor environments. Rural doctors know there is no better care than that provided to people in their own homes and towns, and it is their collective story that is driving the renaissance of interest in rural medicine as a viable, interesting, and rewarding career for young students of medicine.
Introduction. One of the reasons I chose to write about rural and remote doctors was the fact that we don't have many, especially compared to when I first arrived at the Charleville Base Hospital in southwest Queensland to finish my nursing training nearly 40 years ago. In 1978, Charleville had a population of roughly 3,000 people and boasted several doctors. The remarkable Dr. Louis Ariotti, world-renowned for his clever and often innovative solutions to complicated and potentially life-changing conditions or traumatic injuries, shared his private surgical practice with two highly respected general practitioners, Dr. Dorothy Herbert and Dr. Ron Parker. Dr. Ariotti started his practice in Charleville in 1947, and over the course of his 40-year career in southwest Queensland, performed everything from appendectomies to major orthopaedic procedures, caesarean sections, to surgery for traumatic brain injury. In May 1978, Dr. Herbert had a serious accident, prompting the early engagement of another of southwest Queensland's legends, Dr. Chester Wilson. As his story, the BFGGP, reveals, Chester not only holds a special place in the hearts of my own family, but also in the hearts of the Charleville district as a whole, because of his enormous contribution to the medical, social, musical and technological enhancement of the community. These doctors ensured the health outcomes of everyone who chose to use private health, while those who chose the public system appreciated the excellent care provided by the doctors at the hospital. In those days, Dr. Greg Wuth was the medical superintendent, and there were always at least one registrar and one resident doctor on the hospital staff at any given time. Dr. Ariotti provided his surgical skills to both public and private patients alike. Dr. Tim O'Leary was the fabled flying doctor of the era, and the Royal Flying Doctor Service, RFDS base at Charleville, serviced the southern half of Western Queensland with regular clinic runs, bringing anyone who needed more comprehensive care into Charleville for treatment. It was a rare patient who was flown out to Brisbane, and even then, probably only if Dr. Ariotti was out of town. Between them, there was nothing these doctors couldn't handle, and it was an excellent training ground for the endless parade of student and newly qualified doctors who rotated through Charleville as part of their training. Although I didn't know it, when I asked him to write the foreword of this book, the president of the Rural Doctors Association of Australia, Dr. Ewan McPhee, was one of those young doctors who, as he says, learnt the meaning of resilience and self-confidence in the busy days and nights at the Charleville Hospital. Being exposed to the gamut of medical and surgical experience in this way prepared these students, residents and registrars well, not just for rural or remote practice, but indeed for general practice anywhere. I began this project all fired up with some very specific opinions about the centralisation of services and specialties.